Hey guys, so the point of this channel is really just to share my journey, what I learn, because it's an ongoing process for me. I've only started this investing, saving, early retirement journey in late 2018. So, you know, as time goes on, your plans change. Your plans don't change, but maybe um, your long term plans don't change, but the path there may change. And the plan that you started originally may have to be adjusted here and there. All right. So if any of you saw me with some of my other videos about my early retirement finance plan, this is where I'm struggling right now. And what I'm really struggling with is where M1 Finance fits, right? Because I have really defined goals with these other uh, accounts like Wealthfront. I know I want to have 12 months cash in there. I would probably spend that first, and leave a few months emergency fund in there after I retire. Me and my wife retire. But I have her Roth, my Roth, and I'd really not like to touch these until age 59 and a half, especially my wife's Roth. But we could, because Roths, you can take out your contributions. I'm reading up on how that actually works. Don't know if you have to sell stock, or you can, or is it just based on dollar amount? From what I'm hearing, it could be based on just dollar amount. So don't take this as advice, but possibly you can turn off the dividend reinvestment plan and just let that money deposit into your cash bucket, and then you can withdraw that. But that is not 100% known yet. So, from age 55, roughly age 56, because I'm thinking I'm going to have a year's worth of cash. I'll save some of it, but basically a year's worth of cash. So at age 56, I'm going to need to start tapping investments. Now, how does M1 Finance fit in that? Because M1 Finance, I'm thinking that I'm going to be probably selling options. That was a new thing that came up for me, after I made up this plan, and selling covered calls, that type of thing, to generate income within the portfolio. All of them. Well, M1 Finance doesn't offer that options trading. So, if I want to generate income by selling covered calls or whatnot, these are the two Roths are the only two currently that I can do that in. So then what does that leave with M1 Finance? That just means that I'll just have to sell stock, as needed, right? Or I can drop M1 Finance, or I can do an additional account and build that up, additional brokerage taxable account with Fidelity or anybody, and sell and start building positions there, and then I'll be able to freely generate income off of that, whereas I can't do that in M1 Finance. So now if I add another account where I can sell options and have more flexibility in trading, where does that leave M1 Finance in the whole picture? You get what I'm saying? Do you see my dilemma here? It's almost like M1 Finance doesn't fit at all. And here I am. I just made the video and I just bought and, thought I was going to commit to M1 Finance. And I just, bought all these 6 stocks that I'm really interested in M1 Finance. And now I'm thinking, 10 years down the line, what do I do? Or I could just continue on with M1 Finance, and when I get closer to my retirement age, I can transfer out to a regular brokerage. That's a possibility. So I don't know. I can also, open up a Fidelity brokerage right now. And since they have fractional shares, they just announced, I can do the same thing I'm doing in M1 Finance, but in Fidelity, which I have my wife's Roth in. My wife's Roth is with Fidelity, and I'm thinking about changing my Roth over to Fidelity, because then I'd have just one platform. Because right now I have M1 Finance, Fidelity, and Chase. So if I do a Fidelity brokerage, get rid of M1 Finance, transfer over my Roth to a Fidelity Roth, I would have nothing. I'd have one brokerage for all my investing. Besides my high yield savings. I don't know which way to go. Can you help me? What do you think? Some of you, I know there's some very experienced people that watch my channel, and I'd like to hear your thoughts on what I'm thinking. Am I thinking too much about it? But I think I'm right. I think M1 Finance actually does not fit with my plan and my future, withdrawals from the plan, from my investments. I don't think it fits. I mean, it could fit right now, but in the future it would not. So I'm on the fence. You guys help me get off the fence. Leave me a comment down below, or any questions that you might have for me. I'd be glad to answer them. All right, guys. We'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye-bye.